what up? It's your girl Simply Becky here to give you another update of what's going on with me. So I am here to give you guys another Motivation Monday. Okay, there we go. I'm here to give you guys another Motivation Monday, and this one kind of hit home for me this week. I've had a really trying week, especially as an entrepreneur. I checked my stats because I do have recorded stats on all of my social media and my website, and everything was down. Okay, when I say my foot traffic has been fluctuating all over the place, one day I have 20 something views on my website, the next day I have one. Like, it's a little frustrating, you know. Being a business owner is not easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be wham bam thank you ma'am for everyone. For some, that might have worked for you guys, and I am more than happy. But for me, it is not as easy and as simple. And so that brought me to my Motivation Monday. We have a tendency to compare ourselves to others. We compare ourselves, especially women, okay? Especially as women. Oh, her hair, or her waist, or her butt, or her breast, or her legs, or her business, or she's doing what I'm doing, or I was gonna do that and now she's doing it, and you know what I mean? We have a tendency to compare, and this week I found myself comparing. I seen a couple of people, because I am members inside of a lot of business groups, especially on Facebook, and I sat there and I'm like, reading through the timeline, and one girl is like, you know, I just opened my business and I already got 3 customers. Another girl was like, I just got 6 orders, you know, in one day. And I'm not gonna lie, for a second, a millisecond, it was very discouraging, because I'm looking like, hold on, what? And it brought me to the scripture, okay? Well, it's not a scripture, but the saying that I've heard in the churches everywhere I go. What God has for you is for you. What God has for me is for me. So me comparing myself to Sally Mae over there because she's selling hair like I'm selling hair, and she got 50,000 customers and I only have 25,000 customers. It doesn't matter. What God got for Sally Mae is for Sally Mae. It ain't for Rebecca. It is not. What God got for Rebecca is not for Sally Mae. So we have to bring ourselves out of that mind frame and that habit of comparing, because when you do that, all you're going to do is hinder your growth. You're going to demotivate yourself. I don't know if that's the real word, but I'm claiming it. Demotivate yourself and bring yourself down. Like, this week I was really down in the dumps. I'm not going to say I was completely depressed, but I was very discouraged, and I had to pick myself up and pep talk myself and say, listen here, girl, we ain't doing all that. You guys have to understand, for me, this is not my first time doing the whole entrepreneurship thing. This is not my first time trying to do the hair game. It's not. As a kid, I wanted to be a cosmetologist, but I allowed others' opinions and theories and thoughts hinder me from going to cosmetology school. In 2014, I spoke on my dreams with my husband and kind of put it out there. You know, I had just cut my hair, started going natural, and well, I trimmed some of my hair, and then I started going natural, and I was transitioning, and I could not deal with the 2 different textures. It was so hard because I have 4C hair here and then straight hair down here. It was just a mess, okay? I kid you not. And so I started off by watching a couple videos on YouTube for my own personal agenda, because I wanted to make wigs in order to not have to deal with the transitioning of hair. At the time, I had been a stay-at-home mom. I had just started getting back into work, and I didn't really have the funds that I needed to be going to the beauty supply store all the time. So I've learned from both of my parents, when you don't have, you need to make do with what you got, or learn how to improvise. And if it's one thing I can do, I can improvise the heck out of a situation, okay? So instead of dealing with my transitioning hair and the 2 different textures, I went ahead and started making wigs. And shout out to Peak Mill, because She was the very first video I ever watched, and I studied when I say I studied and researched and rewatched and watched and rewatched. So I am not new to this, and to feel a little stagnant would be, to say the least, this week. And so I wanted to come on here and tell you guys, don't compare yourself to others. Don't look at others' progress. Keep your eyes focused on what you got going on. Keep your hand in your bag. Stay in your lane, for real. Because comparing yourself to others, all that's going to do is bring you down. It's going to demotivate you. It's going to cause you to digress. And that's not what you're trying to do. Don't worry about what's going on to the left, what's going on to the right. Worry about you and what you got going on, and pray. Like I said, I had to pick myself up this week, and God was like, girl, what? After all I done did for you, for real? Okay, it's okay to feel how you feeling, but shake it off now. Your time is up, and you have to be real with yourself and give yourself that time limit. So my Motivation Monday for this week, don't compare yourself to the next person. Don't compare yourself to what somebody else is doing. Don't compare your success to nobody, because what God got for you is for you. Period, point blank, the end. Dead serious. Like, all the rest of it is schwa. For real. Schwa. Like, y'all know that's my word. Schwa. Like, that's what it is. You know? And encourage. I did one of the devotions this week, and it said the best medicine for a person who is feeling down, and especially when you're comparing yourself, like us women tend to do, go help somebody else. How hard is that? So what I had to do in my situation, because like I said, I was very down this week because of my stats and just the pressure I put on myself. So when I seen some of these other girls who were, in my opinion, becoming more successful at a very fast pace than I have been, I had to suck up my pride, humble myself, eat that nice fat piece of humble pie, which was hard to swallow because I ain't had no milk. And I had to share, promote somebody else's business so that I can really comprehend the fact that it's not just about what it seems. We can all help somebody else out. And if me sharing somebody else's business or what they're doing or promoting somebody else for free, I ain't charging for that. You know what I mean? I know some women do and some guys out here do, but this is not about making no money. This is about strictly me focusing on, not focusing on my own woes and complaints, okay? Not focusing on what I feel may be times of lag in my success, focusing on somebody else. And it's helped me, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So if you are having some type of, not just with your business, but in your life period, you're going through trials and tribulations that are hard, help somebody else. That is the quickest and the easiest way to get over everything that you're going through, is by helping somebody else.